welcome back. As I said before, we are now going to go do the capstone of the harbor, the Waterworks. But real quick, I never bothered spending my enhancement points when we leveled up. It's going to be very simple. We're going to grab Exalted Cleave. It's just a forward AoE slap of the sword. Technically, we kind of automatically cleave because we have a two-handed weapon and two-handed fighting, but we're going to lean on this to be a little more guaranteed AoE damage until we get our doubles or our strike-through percentage high enough to be reliable, and then we'll probably get our points refunded for this and put them in something else. But for now, it's fine. More importantly, Holy Combatant! +2 to attack and damage with favored weapons. You gain Greatsword as a favored weapon. We get a heck of a lot stronger now because our Greatsword actually counts for the stuff that we get as a Paladin. They've stooped to taking children. I'll point out it right now. We didn't have child character models, short of using a halfling. So they're going to look like adults, but children. The kobolds have started kidnapping children. The kobolds have gone too far. It's time for them to die. I'm fine with letting the kobolds just kind of generically live around, you know, as long as they're not bothering anybody, they're stealing the scraps, don't care, they're kind of a nuisance. Kidnapping children? Paladin says it's time to die. So this, you'll notice there's a Slayer and a Rare Encounters thing up there. This is an Explorer Zone. We're exploring the sewers, looking for the source of the kobolds before we even get to do the quests. It's not a super big area, so... Oh yeah, we're gonna squish these hard. You'll notice on my damage there, we have 2 numbers instead of 1. One of the Paladin specials is doing automatic light damage when using favored weapons. And as of now, Greatsword is a favored weapon. So this little ability that's been turned on this whole time and hasn't done anything, now it does something. We do a little bit more damage every single swing, but more importantly, that ability is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger as we level up. Our very next enhancement point, I believe, is going to like double the extra light damage we do. It's gonna be pretty good. You know, and I noticed something about my UI settings that I don't like. I have my hireling up here. I don't have me, and I like seeing me in the list. It's just one of... There we go. Show party UI for you. Done. Okay, happy again. So, this is the guard whose cousins were kidnapped by the kobolds. He got this far, which is pretty good. We're going to take it from here. Time to kick ass. No stealing children allowed. So we're going to run up here. Kobolds are going to ambush us. Kill the intruders, they say. Apparently I backed up into the wall. I lost visual. There is a trap on this door. So I'm going to pull this valve from a little farther away. And I'm just going to get a running start. Not quite fast enough. So, acid trap. And again, I should have put the stupid... I should have put the shield up before I ran through, but I'm not. It's normal mode. I'm going to kind of YOLO my way through the traps, and sometimes we're even going to say, oh, hey, I just stepped on a trap. You watch out for it. I'm not going to. But that's part of the bonus of being a paladin, is you end up so inherently tanky that the traps don't hurt you anyway. There is a quadruple fire trap right here. There's at least a quadruple trap. I'm pretty sure it's fire. So let's put our shield on, tell the hireling not to run through the trap, and we're going to just jump over this corner. There, we only triggered one. Oh, there's the other one going. We didn't even trigger the other one. Oh, got a little toasty there. But because I jumped the corner, we definitely didn't run into the death zone in the middle and get hit by all 4 of the traps. Ugh. Trying not to loudly sneeze at the microphone. Fuck. Need to equip my sword again. Smush, smush. We're over here looking for a key. You can go lots of directions in this quest. This is the correct direction to go first. Let's try out my new... Oh, I didn't put my cleave on my bar. Character. Enhancements. Drag my cleave down here. We're even going to put cleave first. Why first? It has no requirements. It just comes back every 5 seconds. My smites, I can only use like 3 and they take a couple minutes to recharge. So we're going to put that on 3. So if I'm spamming 1 and 2 because they don't cost me anything. Alright, let's try this again. And cleave. Oh yeah. Ooh. They very dead. And cleave. Alright. If the key is in this room, it's usually up high. Up one of those ladders in a chest way up there. Oh, there's a chest. Let's see if that's the... see if that's the key. We'll go climb the ladder and find out. Get this barrel out of my way. Kind of just hug the corners in order to not fall off. Oop, almost overshot. Let's see if this is my key. There we go. The guard key. Hop down. Move on to the next place. If it's not there, it'll be in this door, where there's usually a couple spiders you have to kill and a bunch of barrels and crates and stuff piled up. So you might not even see the chest with the key in it at first. You got to kind of clear out some of the barrels and crap first. So again, I'm going to jump over these corners. I don't even know if that trap goes off more than once, but just going to be safe. If you're not in the way of the trap at all, you have infinity save against trap. I'm just going to jump up here and punch this guy first. There's usually a named guy in here, which, if he has a proper name, he's more powerful. That's how it works. But he wasn't here, so got off easy, I guess. So we have another key. That was a really sloppy jump. It didn't matter. We have another key. That key goes to this door over here. Ooh, lots of kobolds. None of them are strong enough to survive just auto attacks, but... Ooh, more kobolds. 2 of them just die to the cleave. So the cleave does technically do more damage. It does exactly 3W more damage. What's a W? The game keeps track of different weapons by just saying W. For example, a greatsword does 2d6, like 2 6-sided dice damage. A great axe does a 12-sided die. A dagger does a 4-sided die. So when it says plus 3W, it means plus 3 of whatever your weapon would have been rolling. So if it's a D12 on a great axe, 3W means 3D12. And usually it's plus 3W, so it's actually 4d12. It's 1 plus the 3. Let's just look. Is this plus or plus 3W damage? Tell me where the kids are, and I won't kill you. Doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's try intimidate. I cut off your tail, and then your hands, and then oh, now he remembers. They have one of the kids and not the other one. Where is he? In the prison. Okay, I go murder everyone between here and the prison now. There's a treasure chest over there that's not worth it. It's in that room. I'm pretty sure it's just trapped. I usually don't bother with low-level treasure chests unless I know there's a chance that there's named loot in it. So I'm not going to go out of my way to open every chest until we get to some of the later expansions that just have really good stuff, potentially, in all the chests. Oh, I hate it when I do that. There's a lever in that room we need to pull. I was too busy killing the enemies and talking to actually pull the lever. Boing. One down. This is a common thing in this game. They put the levers in the places that you needed to go first, so you can't move on without having been at least in the room to talk to the guy to figure out where you're supposed to go. Yes, it's a little forced, but DDO does try to be a story kind of game. Not just sit here and kill 400 wolves. So you do need to talk to the people so you know what you were supposed to be doing. And stop moving. There's casters up there, and there's a treasure chest. I'm going to try to just bloop. We can leave. If you want to kill whatever's in that room and get the treasure chest, run in, run out. You'll draw all the melee guys out, and then equip your ranged weapon, and you can just kind of sit way back here, potentially even out of range of the spells, and I'm just throwing my dart, doing barely any damage. But it's enough. Especially on low difficulties like normal. Oh, there was another melee guy. If you really want the chest, run around back and there's a ladder. There are some acid traps here. So you're going to climb up and probably get hit by those acid traps, and then you can just climb up there, fall down, and boom, you're right there on top of the treasure chest. Congratulations. I'm not going to bother. But that's how you do it. Especially because I don't have a way of disarming the traps. One more little ambush here. And we're going to be through. The little kobolds go squish really fast. So we're going to get one more ambush in this room, and then we're done with part 1 of the Waterworks. We don't actually have to leave this quest to go to the next quest. We get our XP right about now. And we just click on this door, we can go straight into the next quest. It's already chained together. Brought my hireling with me and everything. I can just keep going. It's almost like a checkpoint, is a way to think about it. So we're going to take out what I'm assuming is supposed to be the guys watching the door, but this guy's called Chef. Bye-bye, Chef. Oh, we got bonus XP for him. He doesn't always spawn. If something random spawns, you get bonus XP for killing it. Which is neat. There's also a trap there. I'm not convinced that trap can do damage. But again, get off the trap. Spiky traps. If you really want to be safe, target the valve. Have your hireling go flip the lever for you. Once it's triggered, though, just walk in between the spikes. Spikes up. Just walk past. Summon your hireling to you so he doesn't run straight through the middle of them. I recommend going right first. Because we're going to go uphill. It's a little easier to go from up to down than from down to up. The kobolds have a way harder time trying to throw stuff at you when they're below you as opposed to above you. So we're going to get close to this door and then actually go peek back around the corner. Because as soon as you get close to the door, it spawns guys behind you to come ambush you. And they keep going after the hireling, so they're not standing still for my cleave to get them all in one shot. Lever. So the valve opens this door. The lever opens the cells, because we've found the prison. Nobody in that cell. Kill him. Nobody in that cell. Squish. A generic prisoner. You're free now. That's not the one we're looking for, but he's free now. If you get all of the extra prisoners, you get a little bonus XP. Not there. Not there. So you'll notice we're on the upper level of the prison. We have a substantial advantage being on the upper level prison because all the guys on the lower level can't really get to us without having to walk all the way around. So they're going to come from over there if they come up at all. Whereas if we were on the bottom of the prison, all of these guys would be raining all of their attacks and spells down on our heads. Alright. There was just the one generic prisoner up here, so we're going to keep going. And I'm going to tell Mr. Hireling to top off my HP. Here's another caster. Finish off some kobolds, because they deserve it. Now we're at the bottom side of the prison, but all of the gates are closed. So we need to walk out, flip the lever, and then we can come back in, because the cell opening lever is only for one side at a time. So we take out another relatively large group. Like, this is not a small group. This is why it's nice to have that cleave, because you go whomp and you can hit everything. As long as you remember to hit it. Hit the lever, the cells are open. Go do the same thing. Oh, there's the guy we're after. Like I said, that's obviously like a fully grown man. So, we're gonna take this guy to safety. We might as well go grab the other prisoners. You're free. We've already killed all the kobolds, so there we go. You're free. We're going to go through the door we opened, and it'll take us right back to the entrance of the quest. Arlos is fairly tough. I've only seen him die once, and I was on elite mode, and I was ignoring him because I assumed he was immortal. He's not immortal, but he's going such a short distance. See, we're already at the big multi-direction bridge. He's going such a short distance. The only thing you really have to worry about is hoping he doesn't, like, get stuck on the trap and just stand in the trap forever. And if you want to go exploring that way, the left from the beginning of the quest is just all optional stuff. It has nothing to do with any of the prisoners you're after. It's just all bonus stuff. I did it once. It was kind of interesting just for novelty's sake, but there's nothing relevant there. There's no fancy loot. There's just like, oh look, we found some hidden kobolds, and then we killed them. So we're going to run in between the spikes and hope that Arlos does the same thing. And when Arlos gets through the door, we get our XP. And now we can leave. It's going to spit us back out by his cousin. And his cousin is going to tell us how to get to the other kobold lair, now that Arlos has passed that information along. So we're going to run all the way back through. Did this stuff respawn at all? Nope, we did those so fast that this area has not respawned. Oh, here's one. Here's some new guys to squish. There is a little bit of backtracking. We have to run back through the waterworks, back to the entrance to go the other direction. And then when we finish the other half, we have to walk all the way back to the cousin to report. I don't like backtracking, but it is a fairly small amount. And technically we can use our mounts in here, so I could get on my horse. But there's a lot of like levers that I have to turn. So it only speeds us up a little bit, and you can't fight on horseback, so. Still, just gonna make our way to the other side and kill even more kobolds. Squishy squish. They really don't stand a chance against two-handed fighting Paladin. And it's only going to get worse for the bad guys. We don't even have half of our abilities yet. We're not even close. We are going to have some damn near exponential growth. The thing we're looking for is basically on the far side. So we just keep going all the way, killing all of these little guys who get in the way. You don't actually have to kill them. This area is too small for Dungeon Alert to really stop you from just running past everything, but the kobolds were kidnapping children. It's dying time. Cleaved. I suspect they were talking about like 15, 16-year-old, like children from a point of view, but not 7-year-olds. So in we go. We got to find Boss Jittic. Just like the other one, we got to find the boss, throttle him, figure out where the kid is. Try not to break my sword on an ooze when we're still in the first quest. My stick does so much less damage, but look at that. I've lost a third of my durability on my stick already. Because my stick is not actually immune to the ooze. This is why you bring more than one weapon. For now. We'll be immune to that before terribly long. To battle! Nice. Big room. I'm just going to jump right down here in the middle and just start swinging. If you're playing on a harder difficulty, obviously what you do is you stand in the doorway and you draw as few of them to you as possible. I am playing on fun mode, right? We're playing on normal. We're playing on I'm a goddamn superhero. I have a dart. I'm going to play cricket with your face. Hold still. There we go. Dead. Bad kobold. No kidnapped children. And a little bit of loot for my effort. What we want is to go down here. So we got to flip a bunch of levers. This lever actually opens up that door. Similarly, well, maybe across, whatever. Those open the doors on either side. This is a bonus room with an ogre you can kill for a chest. I'm not going to bother. It's literally just climb up there, kill everything that moves, take the treasure. For time's sake, I'm not going to do it. This is more oozes. So this little tunnel right here is trapped. But it isn't trapped in an interesting way. This is a natural trap. Like, this is not a trap like, haha, I'm going to surprise you trap. This is a trap as in, these are just rusty-ass broken pipes. And they're going to start spitting acid because they're rusty-ass pipes. If you hit these valves as you go through, you actually shut down... You shut down the acid behind you. So as you're timing your run through and trying not to take extraneous damage, you hit all three valves, you've shut off the flow. And now you can get the two. I don't know why there's two in one place, but now you can get the two levers, and we are halfway to getting to the basement. No acid on the way back because you hit the levers. Valves. Really? You're just standing there not fighting the ooze? Why are there so many oozes? Okay, done with that. Quarterstaff's looking a little rough. Now I'm going to do the other side and flip the other two levers. This is another dangerous room up here. So, I'm going to try to zoom in. We got a bridge on the very far side that leads up and kind of winds around upwards in the room. And the kobolds are, unsurprisingly, at the top, ready to throw shit down on top of you. Specifically, straight up. So we're going to come over here so that it's just the generic throwing guy throwing stuff at me. And then we're going to work our way up and around. And we're not even going to really stop for the throwing guys, because the dangerous part is these shamans. If it's not named shaman, just ignore it and keep running. Because you need to kill these two spellcasters who have been shooting at you the whole time. Lever to open the door forward, and we don't even really need to kill the last one of these little throwers because they don't do a lot. But we can. Back to your sword. Another little ambush here. There are wolves here as well. So I'm going to use my cleave to try to hit lots of things at the same time. We crit the red named and he went down very hard. Lever. Lever. You only need to be facing the lever when you start using it. So you can turn around and be ready to move on while you're using it. There is a trap right here, I'm pretty sure, that you avoid by walking around this side. Just going to confirm there's a trap here. I thought there was a trap there. Valve, and I was pretty sure there was a trap. There it is. There is a shrine right here if you need it. Poison trap, but just like every other time we've seen one of these style, just jump over it, especially the one that has a nice thing to step on. Go boing, and get over it. I don't usually pay attention to poison, but if you've got a cleric hireling and it doesn't have remove poison, put it on aggressive mode. Because often they have more spells than are on their bar, and just by making them aggressive, sometimes it will trigger them to use a spell on their own. So if he had removed poison, toggling on aggressive mode, he probably would have used it, but I guess this guy doesn't have it. You can even get hirelings that do not have the Raise Dead ability to cast Raise Dead by doing that. If you're dead and your hireling doesn't say it has Raise Dead, some of them actually do. It's just not on their bar. They just have to be on aggressive so that they use their spells at their own will. And they'll go, oh, you're dead. I'm going to cast this spell. Raise Dead. Now you're not dead. So, 2 ways to go down this pit. 1, try to land on the pipes as you go down, so you go small drops at a time. Second option, jump straight down exactly the middle, and you won't hit anything and go sploosh and you won't take damage. Of course, if you have Featherfall, you can just jump down the middle and potentially rotate yourself so that you don't land in the water at all. And you can just get back to clobbering. If you do fall in the water, you use this ladder right here to get out. You would splash down right there, swim over to the ladder, and you would just be right back here, walking around these walkways, killing kobolds until we get to the other side. Cleave. There's a little symbol here. That means that there's a rune we have to hit in order to open the way. Kind of looks like a K to me. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be writing or a symbol. But it's this same one that's right here. We turn the valve. This lights up. That lights up. Boom. Way is open. There is another ooze that spawns on the other side of that door. Come here, ooze. I don't trust you. There you are. Alright. There is a spider here somewhere. There's a rest shrine and a resurrection shrine that way. I'm not going to go there. I don't need it. We're going to go kill the boss. And I guess I'll pop Divine Might since I haven't used it at all. Just generically hitting for 20 damage instead of this 17 or 18 we were before. Oh, look. Boss Jittic. We don't really question him very well. Which is the most D&D thing ever. We need to know where they're keeping the children. Decapitate! I really hope he wrote it down somewhere. Ouch. Took 18 damage from a failed save against that thing's spell. Oh, look. The password to his prison. It's a good thing he wrote it down. Turn the lever for the door. Take the treasure. And we head into the prison. All right. The final quest of the Waterworks. We are looking in all of these cells for Ven. Not here. Not here. These valves right here open the things. You don't have to go looking for the key or anything. You just... Every valve opens the corresponding door right next to it. We just have to find the right cell, and it is randomly placed. So we're going to go this way. Nothing. Nothing. just using Q to help me select things in case I don't see what's in there. It'll highlight it for me. And we just kill the kobolds as we go. It's a jailbreak. We're in the jail. I think there's a few in here. There's some wolves. I want to say this room has like a spinning blade, like Zelda style spinning blade trap, but I usually just hug the wall and go this way anyway. So it's never been a problem for me. And alas, we found Ven. Very fast, honestly. That usually takes a lot longer. They killed the kid. Probably a teenager. They killed him. Dead for several days. And under his dead body, he tried to write a message in his own blood. Seal of Shantokor. Which is another quest chain. So they killed him because they thought he knew something about how to get the seal of Shantokor. What I don't get is why I don't just take his body with me and get him resurrected. Because it's very cheap in Eberron. Now, avenge Ven by killing the tunnel worm interrogator. We're gonna go squish some kobolds. You've been bad kobolds. Tortured a child to death. I don't even need to kill these guys. I'm just going to kill these guys. Greetings! All of you die, please. You bring shame upon our lizardy ancestors. There are also... Ooh, there's a good example. There's also other prisoners we can free, just like before. 5 total. I'm not going to go running around looking for all 5 of them. I'll free the one I walked next to, though. And we've got one big old last group here that includes the interrogator, who's gonna just die incidentally as I cleave through the whole group. So sadly, we are only successful in saving one of the 2 kids. But presumably a real adventure party. We're skipping the part where we go save the other 4 prisoners. And we saved the prisoners in the other prison. And we wiped out a lot of kobolds. So many kobolds. It's actually a little bit faster to just recall from here and then start at the beginning of the Waterworks and run back to where the guy is, rather than have to fight our way through all these kobolds. So we're going to recall out, turn around, go back in. Save ourselves half the walk. I'm not going to even bother summoning the hireling. I'm not going to need him for this short of a walk. This quest reward is kind of worth walking back for. This is one of the first times where the quest chain reward that we get can include named items. Used to have some of the best bracers in the game for like low level. They gave you +4 armor, which doesn't stack with armor, but it was great for like wizards or monks. Sometimes it was even better than the armor that a rogue could wear, just to wear the bracers. But alas, they've been kind of power crept. They're not that good anymore, but they've tweaked these items to make them still decent. And especially this character is not using any of my old banked stuff. Maybe we do find something neat in there. Squishity squish. Goodbye, Black Widow. Sorry, we couldn't save the other one. Alright, nice long list of treasure. What does an Interrogator's shield do? +3 intimidate and a colorless augment slot? What's an augment slot? They are customizable like abilities you can put on your item. They come in like a couple different colors. I think 5, 6 maybe. Colorless is the worst one, I believe, that you can only put stats in. It's a neat system that customizes your gear that I never use for a very simple reason. The augments themselves don't drop often enough, and they're too hard to get. They're especially too hard to get as a like consumable. Like you have to then go into the store to buy a special item to take it back out of this shield if I want to put it in a new shield I get later. It's not worth it. So I never touch the augments until I'm max level, already farmed out all of my gear, and I know 100% it's not going to be a waste to put the augment in that item. Which means I never use augments less than maximum level. I just never touch them. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth having to juggle them. So effectively, it's a useless statistic on this shield. So this is really just an Intimidate +3 shield. We don't even have that skill. Guard Killer Bow has Lesser Human Bane. It's fine. It'll hit things like thieves and stuff that we're going to fight a fair number of them. You get, it makes it a +3 weapon that does an extra d6 against humans. It's fine. I probably should use it over my little throwing dart, but I'm not going to. Meltwood Staff. So here's an interesting one. It has Melf's Acid Arrow on it, as in I can drag it to my bar and use it to cast the spell Melf's Acid Arrow, pew pew pew, 3 times per rest. It only recharges one of those per rest, but I have 3 max. It's cute, but it's kind of an artifact of a bygone era. Items that cast spells are just kind of bad. Like, they don't scale high enough. If I cast Fireball, the game is looking at my stats to cast the Fireball. If the staff casts Fireball, it's looking at the staff's stats to cast the Fireball, and they are going to be teeny tiny and useless versus my stats, so I might as well just use my Fireball. Like, it's not worth even clicking the button to make this work most of the time. The only time a spell on an item is good is when it's a buff, and a buff that you can't cast. You know, and hopefully with a high enough caster level, this one's 3, so hopefully with a high enough caster level so that your buff has a duration that makes it worth clicking the button. I think the minimum these days is 5 minutes, which is fine. Let's see. Ooh, Charisma +2 cloak. That's a contender, because right now we just have that once-a-day Featherfall cloak. And we like Charisma. Gloves of Deceit. We don't use bluff. We don't care about the will save. Literally all this has is 2 augment slots. So for us, this is literally an item with no abilities. Charisma 1. Scare. I can have armor that tries to scare things, but it'll never land. Here's a good item. This is actually a great item. This is a really great item. Striding 10%, so you just run faster on a ring, not restricted to class. I think if I hadn't have already found those boots of 15% movement speed, I would slam dunk this onto my finger, and I probably wouldn't change it for a very, very long time. And it has 7 jump and 7 tumble, so I'm going to jump slightly higher, and I take less damage when I fall off a crap. This is a great ring. There's a wand of magic missile. Don't use wands. I liked wands back in the day, but they do not scale. I do 1,000 damage with my magic missile, and this thing does 4, right? There's no contest. This is a rune arm. Only one class in the game uses it. We're not that class. I think I'm going to take the acrobat's ring just for the jump and the tumble. Yeah. And I can also use my shared account bank. Yeah, I don't want that item anymore. I'm going to use my shared account bank, and I can just when I'm done with this ring on this character, it is only bound to account. So I can't sell it to somebody else, but I can put it in my account bank and get it on a different character. Say one that hasn't done Waterworks yet and doesn't have a striding item. Bam, 10% striding, jump, tumble, great item. Very happy to get that one, even if the striding doesn't mean anything on me. And then we get another reward for this guy. We only get the reward once, and there's no named items. It's just, here's another free thing. Wow. These random boots, wow. He had 2 items that catch my eye right off the bat. For 2 different reasons. One, most of the items are plus, number, thing, item of thing. We've seen it a million times already. Relentless boots. Relentless is not... It doesn't have a plus on it. It doesn't have a number after it. What does relentless mean? Relentless means it actually has 2 abilities. It's a combo ability. So these boots have 3 bonuses instead of 2. These bonuses are fairly small. 2 jump, 3 accuracy, 2 double strike. That's honestly pretty good. And again, if I wasn't using the boots that I had, my level 2 boots are amazing. So if I didn't have those, I'd probably grab these boots. And then the other option here, this is just a regular item, but Dire Radiant Ring of Radiance, the bonuses match. For spellcasters, you really, for ease of use, you want to keep an eye out for any item that is dire elemental type that matches. It's very convenient to have at lots of levels. And this one is especially good because this is the one that a warlock is going to want. 7% crit chance, 42 extra spell power, which the rough math is 42% extra damage. This and those boots are both really good. I like that. So double strike, that's a percent chance to just every one of your hits twice instead of once. Accuracy 3 is pretty rare on a level 3 item. These are not easy to get bonuses. These are pretty rare bonuses, I think. I think I am going to take the Radiant of Radiance because there is a warlock on this account that's very low level. So that item is going to go into the shared bank and passed along to the other character. So even if you can't use an item, one of your other characters probably can. Which reminds me, in the gameplay options tab, this very top one, quest and rewards based on class, turn that shit off. Turn it off. What it's trying to do is offer you more things that match your class. So it's going to offer me more swords, more armor, etc. because I'm a paladin. The problem is it does not limit the bonuses. So I'm still going to get wizard bonuses on these items. It's not actually going to sort it down by all of these are things I would want. It's just things that, an extra sort algorithm thought I would want. Just turn it off, let the game give you actually random items, and that's how you're going to get items for your other characters. You're going to do things like you find this ring, and I go, cool ring, pass it on. To do that, I'm going to go talk to the banker. Hello, banker. Do I have any space? Yes, I do. There's my character bank. There's the account bank. Here's that ring. Bloop. And now I can get on the other character, and there it is. You have to buy the account bank. It's not a free thing. It is absolutely worth it. I use it constantly. I bought it twice. This is a mailbox. I know. It looks like a Japanese, floating lantern. Probably intended. This is where you get your mail. I had a little mail icon down here by my portrait. I got mail from Dungeons & Dragons Online. It says, free store points for me. I got 100 total favor, so I got 25 points to spend in the store. Neat. If we look at our quest list, there's this Patrons tab right here. This is what they're talking about. This is reputation, is really what it is. These are all the factions in the game, and as you do quests associated with those factions, their bar goes up. When the bar fills up, you go talk to their representative, and they give you a bonus. Most of the early game quests are for the coin lords. That's basically the merchants guild. Because we're running around in the harbor, right? This is the lifeblood of the city. This is where they're getting all the money, all the taxes, right? The coin lords. This is the merchants guild. What do you get for getting to 75 reputation with them? An extra inventory tab. So instead of carrying 3 bags worth of stuff, I can carry 4. We're going to get that. And I believe the one, if you fill the bar again, the short version is you get another inventory tab. Everybody gets these, right? Everybody makes sure they get their coin lord favor. How do I get more? How do I get more? If you do a quest on normal mode, you get the base favor. If you do the quest on hard mode, you get double. If I go back and do it on elite, you get triple. So all of this Korthos stuff, this is the keep on the borderlands, but these Korthos quests, I could go back, do them all on elite, and I'll have triple the points I would have had doing them on normal. That is the other benefit of doing everything on a harder difficulty. If you can go through it the first time, crush it all on elite, you get a whole bunch of these little bonuses really fast if you're doing everything on elite on the first pass. You get them pretty quick. Some of these are kind of bad rewards and you don't care. But they're still fine. Still get them. The big ones are Kandaric is your bank space. Just more bank space. Coin Lords is your inventory space. The Summer Court is how we're going to unlock our enhancement tree we need to be a Feydark Paladin. We have to do that one. We have to. And then I don't really pay attention to any of the other ones. Sometimes they'll give you a stat boost or something. It's usually very small. Worth getting if you're maxing your character out, but it's small. And then this last one, the total. Every time you hit a total, you get an award for your server. So if I hit 400, I unlock Warforged, the race at character creation for 400 total favor. we unlock that race for free. We're a quarter of the way there, and we've barely scratched this game. Like, you will get Warforged for free very quickly. While I'm looking at icons, I also have this little silver pip. This is the daily dice. Everybody gets to roll a silver roll every day. And you can buy you can pay real money to roll more. Don't do that. Roll the once a day. Roll the dice. We get 400 experience points and a potion of good hope. Okay. That's what these little purple things in my inventory have been. You double click them, it gives you your XP. If I move this out of the way, you can even see it goes bloop plus XP. I didn't bother using them until after I'd explained them. The gold roll gives you way better stuff. But you always have to pay for it. It's not worth it. If you are a subscriber to the game, as of right now, and with no known endpoint, you get one free gold roll every day. It's usually one a week, but it's been like a bonus for this year. I think for one of their anniversaries, it's been every day instead of every week. I have been very lax about logging in and just getting my roll every day, but when I'm thinking about it, I do it. Oh, I need to sell my random crap I'm carrying, but we'll do that later. Is there a merchant over here? Meh. We're going to do one of the last harbor quests. Like, yes, we did the capstone, but this guy is kind of what used to be this used to be I actually beat the harbor. I did kobold assault. Gladewatch Outpost needs reinforcements now. This is an extreme challenge dungeon. Extreme! What's so extreme about it? Slay 200 kobolds. At least. No rest, because there is a shrine. They keep spawning too fast for you to legitimately use it. We walked into the quest, right? And we already have green alert. We are just already under siege by kobolds. This quest does not kid around. So to do it a little easier without getting overwhelmed, we're going to go run all the way over into this corner over here. We're just kind of following this road way over here. This bush is one of the kobold spawn points. Hey, get back here. Like, I'm going to kill these mages because they already knew we were here. But all those other kobolds over there, they don't know where we are. They've never seen us. And they are not going to just magically know where we are. So we're just going to kind of stand at this bush. And we're going to kill this entire left side worth of kobolds all at once. We're just going to sit here and kill kobolds. So instead of getting pincher attacked by 2 different spawn points worth of kobolds, we're going to exhaust this side's kobolds and then go do the other half of the kobolds. So we have cut the number of things we are fighting at once in half. But yeah, it's still 200 kobolds. This is a quest that I will sometimes just AFK. I'll just get up and leave. I'll use a bunch of my... I have more hirelings, because I get them from buying, like, special pre-orders and stuff. So I just come into this at a way higher level, where I can just summon 5 hirelings of... They're all, like, really random stuff, but they're level 20 at least. These kobolds are level 3. I just make everything aggressive, and I just sit in the corner, and my hirelings are just going to mop the floor with all the kobolds. I come back in 20 minutes after making like a sandwich, I watch some YouTube, move my guy to the other side of the map, come back later and go, oh, quest is done. Ding, quest is done. But that doesn't make for good content, so... We're also not even going to stay over here. I am not afraid of dying. So we're going to let both sides spawn at the same time, because I'm only on normal mode, remember? I'm going to let them come to me so we can kill them a little faster than normal. Let them come! Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. I should just turn on auto attack. Auto attack only works if you're actually targeting something. So like if I'm targeting... Fine, I'll kill you. If I'm targeting nothing, I won't swing. Like I have to actually have it be my real target or I won't swing. So I use tab. Now I'm hard targeted on him and he'll swing. So auto attack's not really that useful on things that die in one swing. I still just really have to hold the left mouse button down anyway. But on like raid bosses, yeah, just auto attack, punch him in the butt. At the end of the day, that's usually what a raid battle is, you know. You got 12 level 30 characters together to go fight this giant boss, and it ends up being like one guy standing in front of it, hiding behind his shield so he doesn't die. A couple of healers standing off to the side out of melee range, healing the tank and throwing mass heals on the group behind just in case. The wizards are all standing as far away as possible. The archers are standing as far away as possible. And all the other melee just line up and spank the boss. That is every boss in the game. I will say that there are some interesting raid mechanics. But I've never really been a big raider. I don't want to have to like wait for 11 other people to show up. Hope they all know what they're doing, because I don't. I've only done half the raids in the game because I don't group with other people. So at most, like, I've maybe seen somebody else do it on YouTube, because there's no solo version of the raids. There's no raid story version just so I can play through the quest by myself. You have to go get more people. And it's usually not because the boss is that hard, because some of the raids are not max level. Like, there's a level 6 raid. I should be able to go in there with my level 20-something character and just crush that raid. But you're not allowed to bring hirelings, so I'd literally have to do it by myself, and not all my characters can heal themselves. And there's usually a mechanic like you have to pull 2 different levers at 2 ends of a hallway at the same time, just to force there to be more than one person. Like, why? There are quests like that too, but the game will warn you before you go in, like, hey, you need 2 people to go and hold down 2 levers at the same time. A hireling might not be able to handle it. The hirelings can almost always handle it, but you got to do it right. There's a quest I'm in the Necropolis that I believe is intended to need 4 players. 4. And I still solo it. Because it doesn't mean like, oh, you need 4 firepower worth of characters. It's like, no, you just need 4 people to hold down 4 pressure plates. So, me, hireling, another hireling, and you can either trick an enemy into standing on one and then like freezing him in place, or bring another hireling, or there are some classes that have their own little pet. Druid, Artificer, and Wizard can all have their own extra little pet that also counts. I really like pets. I like hirelings, I like pets, I like walking around with my own little army. It's not the most supported playstyle, because they're kind of leery about anything that causes more lag on the server. Like anything like, I don't know, spawning 200 kobolds to all run up against one guy. It's maybe not what they would have liked their server to be doing. But still. I like pets. If it was feasible, like if they had a feat where all the different class pets got full levels at the same time and you were allowed to have them all out at the same time, that would be like my favorite character. But as it is, if you go like 5 levels wizard, 5 levels druid, 5 levels artificer, you don't get a small version of all 3 pets. Only one of the pets can be out at a time. Just completely ruins the multi-pet strategy, and it makes me sad. Even if you could, you'd be level 15, but you'd have the pets, like 3 of pets as if you were a level 5. They wouldn't survive to do anything anyway. Even a pure pet, even the best one, which is in my opinion the Skeleton Knight from the Wizard, even that guy gets bodied by anything above normal mode. I can take him in hard mode, right? But he usually gets really beat up. They don't stand a chance in Elite because you can't equip them. You can't put enough equipment on them, because the Artificer and the Druid can put a few pieces of equipment on the pets, but that's 2 item slots compared to my 12 plus a weapon, possibly a shield. They don't stand a chance. If you put on a defensive item so they don't get killed immediately, they don't have any offense, so they can't hurt anything. Only 26 more kobolds. Come on. Smush. Yes. More dead kobolds. The children shall rest easy tonight. Come on, give me some kobolds. We actually need to kill 200 kobolds and the Troglodyte Chief. I think it's a Troglodyte that spawns. But he doesn't spawn until you hit 200. And he doesn't necessarily spawn immediately. I've had a couple times that I've got the 200 and then I just kind of wander around waiting for the guy to spawn. $12 left. I haven't even bothered healing. Yes. Heal me. He might have been healing me automatically. I haven't been paying attention. Everything dies and so fast on normal mode that it's like, yeah. This is why I like being Paladin. Look at our saves already. We have a very low dexterity. But my reflex is already 7. Because we're getting bonuses based on our charisma because we're a paladin. The higher we push our charisma, the more saves we have, and the more we can ignore traps and spells. Charisma feeds into our saves. Charisma feeds into our damage. Charisma feeds into, like, everything we want to do. Our skill. Oops, all charisma. Come on, kobolds. Come on. There are actually some kobolds that come sneaking in the side here. So the little kobold rogues will try to come in here. Apparently there aren't any... Oh, there's one. Yeah. So if you're really trying to defend the fort, which there's no reason to do so, you don't lose anything. Been sneezing so much today, my ribs hurt. Alright, see now we can slay the Troglodyte Chief, which hopefully spawned right away. Oh look, there he is. Dead. Alright, he's dead. I don't think there's a chest. There is a chest. There we go. So I am going to go sneeze a whole bunch. Alright. So before I was so rudely interrupted by my nose trying to murder me, I was going to say, as far as level 3 quests go, we have a lot. A lot. But there's actually only 2 kind of orphaned quests left. And they're over here in the marketplace. So we're going to go back to the market. I have taken my spreadsheet of all 440 something quests in the game, and I've attempted to organize them in a more logical fashion. The rest of those level 3 quests get pretty well broken up into being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different quest chains. So there's going to be 5 different videos. 1 for each quest chain. For the time being, we're going to go do these 2 little orphaned ones that they're not associated with any of the other bits. First one is right over here. Mr. Tallbarrow. He's basically Hagrid from Harry Potter. He kept a pet he shouldn't have. It got loose. Turns out he had this humongous, like, presumably this leads up to this main house. He's like, there was this huge network under my house. Because remember, this is an ancient giant city. It's very easy for your basement to accidentally go, boop, oh look, giant tunnels you didn't know about. Literally giant, like capital G, race giant tunnels. So, he had a spider. Very Hagrid. reasonably certain that this came out before Harry Potter. No, Harry Potter was a long time ago. Wow. Wow, just mentally thinking back to Harry Potter. No, Harry Potter was way before this. So yeah. There is a fire trap right around here. But if you just kind of yeet yourself... Oh, so there it is. Found it. Just jump over. I took damage, but fire, right? I get a little bit more fire resistance every time we level up. You can also kind of draw the spider backwards, and he should trigger the trap. It's a little bit less reliable. Oh, I forgot I had auto attack on. So it's less reliable because depending on the game update, enemies may or may not trigger traps. Kind of depends on if they've kind of moved the decimal point here or there on what enemies are allowed to do. So, one lever through the door. We need to pop a bunch more levers to open the next door. These, I'll find a better one to look at, but there are, here we go. Egg sacs. If you get close to them, they begin to hatch and they'll spawn a little baby glass spider. If you get close and destroy them, you have to make a save versus poison. But then the spider doesn't spawn. So, literally, pick your poison. Do you want to roll against poison or do you want to kill the spider? What music is this? I don't know if I've ever heard that particular battle theme. Or maybe I just never paid attention. Anyway, the levers are typically up high. There's one hiding up here. So that was both of them. Now we're going to go even deeper. Oop. The spiders like to stealth. So you're often going to turn around and be like, whoa, where did that thing come from? Because the spiders are stealth, and I don't have enough spot. I can't see where they are. I could just run around always swinging my weapon, and it would de-stealth them when I, carve into them. But I don't care that much. If you have Featherfall, you can just drop straight down to the bottom. I don't have Featherfall, so I'm trying to be a little more ginger about my descent. Now that we're at the bottom, we gotta find more levers. This is an old quest. This is very much in the category of go flip all the levers. Dot quest. More fire trap that I just ran through. That's why I'm playing Paladin. Traps ain't gonna be able to kill me. Especially not on normal mode. We could pick up the little fluff items from some of the named things, and we will get a very, very small bonus talking to the quest guy when we get back out. He'll trade you, I think it's like little potions, I think, for each one you bring back. There's a shrine in there. And I believe this has a trap sitting in front of it. See, there we go. We trigger it by getting close without stepping on it. How are you supposed to know it's there? You're not. This is not a deadly trap. This is a tee-hee, we got you with a trap. Up, down, down. Up, down, down. Up, down, down. You don't take damage when they're in the up position. So down we go. We don't bother going all the way down this time. We're going to just skip straight over here. Look, a lever. Pull the levers, dot quest. What? No. This guy wants to play. Okay, I played. Look, another lever. These kind of quests are really just intended for you to run around and explore. They're just little playgrounds. If you're trying to speedrun your way through, it can sometimes be a little repetitive that you're literally just going from lever to lever. I'm going straight to the levers because I know where they are. It's fine to take your time and explore. That's fine. That's one of the reasons that I play by myself. So I can explore when I want to if I don't already know where everything is. Let's see, we want that lever to open that door, I'm pretty sure. Let's be honest, like, the main way most people play this game is speedrunning. They get through they want the quest done as fast as possible so that they can get to the XP and keep leveling their character. Because most of the low-level people you see are not new. They are people who had a high-level character, started it over at level 1 to get that little boost. Their character is a little bit better, and they're re-leveling. They don't want to spend all their time re-leveling. That's just how they get that bonus. So they want to spend as little time as possible in the leveling process to get back to the stuff they want to do. So they're just going to sprint through the quests. Just going to zerg their way through. They're not going to stop to explain anything unless you ask. I have never run into a player who was grouchy about explaining the quest. They're always like, oh god, a new player? I get to tell people about this quest? This is great! That's basically the attitude I get from everybody if I've ever actually needed someone to point me through this stuff. Even if you get a grouchy guy, go group with somebody else. The chances of 2 grouchy guys in a row are very low. This room. Lots and lots and lots of poison traps. You need this lever right here. So we're going to go across this box, down onto those barrels, up on the boxes, jump across. Because there's a trap up here and right here that if you're playing on, say, hardcore, shout out to Strimtom for pointing out this pathing, you die if you just go straight across the top. So, onto the box. There's this one down here, but if we jump to those boxes, we're fine. Put some timing in it just to be safe. And jump to the box, jump down there, jump up here. See all these extra ones that have spawned? Like, now that the game knows we're in the room. Jump across, got the lever, go straight down into the door. Just midair, turn, just zzz, and you're good. Calling the hireling to me because there's no way he was going to do that. And that's the hardest part of the quest done. The rest of this is just beating up the last couple spiders. I want to say this is maybe the last lever. I do like that you got to climb over boxes and crap. Like, this is kind of cool. It's better than, like, being stuck in the sewers for 20 quests. As much as I like the sewers, it's nice to see something else. And now that I'm thinking about it, we really don't see, we'll call it the warehouse biome. We don't see that very often. I'm sure that there's another trap coming up. And I dodged that trap by just not stopping. Because again, the traps, oh, fudge. That's a rust monster. I do not want to hit that with my greatsword. Not only is my stick almost broken, I'm pretty sure he got a hit in on my armor. I don't want my equipment to fall apart. Gets really awkward when you have to literally punch your way through the rest of the quest. Really awkward. Another trap, which I'm just going to ignore. When I'm playing on hardcore or any of the super hard difficulties, if I really want to avoid this trap, I will use the hireling. Yeah, he's dumb. But I would just go down a hallway and be like, I don't know exactly where the trap is. Use Q, find something he can latch onto, like there's a chest over there. I think, there we go. I've managed to target the door. Now I can tell him to go use the door, he'll run forward, reveal where the trap is, and then I can just walk through when the trap's not active. Use the hirelings. They are expendable. Like, it doesn't matter if they die. You can just, worst case scenario is you backtrack to the shrine, you pick him up, you take him to the res shrine, you throw him at him, he's back up. We have to pick up the silk glands to finish the quest. And the chest is up this ladder with a couple more of those glass eggs. Squish. Chest. A surprisingly lengthy and involved quest that's not attached to anything. It's just kind of orphaned by itself in the marketplace. Does not attach to any storyline. It's just, hey, I had a pet spider. It got loose. There you go. I killed your spider for you. That's actually not bad, but I'm not going to take, I'm going to just go sell stuff. The center of the market here, because I never really showed off the market. Underneath this big ribbony fancy tent is a general vendor. This is the one I use most of the time because he's right in the middle of town. Very easy to access. And I can just dump all of this crap on him. Favorable 3. Oh, negative resistance. I thought it was maybe a charisma item for a moment there. Nope. There's probably stuff in here that's better than what I have, but I don't see anything I care about. We're low level. It's not worth it to worry too much about the gear. When you get cool named items at like level 5, like Feywild has some great items that I'm gonna love to have, you slam those on, it didn't matter what was in the slot. There is one more little orphaned quest. It's another old school quest. And it's in an old school location. We're gonna go. This is a big bank branch, by the way. Way over here in the corner is the Phoenix Tavern. Very easy to overlook. Grinwhite is mad because his signet brooch was stolen by thieves. I believe that it is like a signet ring. So like it's basically his police badge was stolen. And he's going to be in trouble because the thieves have his police badge. He wants it back. Remember, we're basically mercenaries. Like, sure. This quest is actually kind of hard. This one has given me a lot of trouble over the years, and I have seen people die in this quest on the Hardcore League. It's not a joke. Got myself a little hot chocolate to help with the sickness. All right. That's the door we need to go through. There is no valve for that door anywhere nearby. We have to go off on this little side path adventure to even open the first door. So, there might be a trap in front of me. you have a choice to make. You can either Mario your way over the trap, timing it, being careful. A trap only hits you once per time you run through it. It doesn't... So if I run into that acid, it's not going to be like every second I take damage until I'm out of it. It's... You took damage. You got a solid couple seconds before it activates again. However, that's per trap. There's 2 separate acid traps there. So if I run straight through the middle, I take 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks of acid damage. That could be death if you don't have acid resistance or like a shield or anything like that. It could just be death. It is almost always going to be death for Tweedledee and Tweedledum following you around. This does not open the door back there. This turns off the traps and sets off an alarm so that the thieves are ready for you when you go back. So do you want an easier time through this trap and a harder fight later? Or do you want to jump on them and easy way through the trap? I'm going to try to jump the trap. I'm going to stay on one side at a time, try not to bonk my head on stuff. Because if I'm way, way over to the left, I might be technically out of range of that trap. I'm just going to try to jump right over that guy's little head. Ah, we got hit, but we only got hit by 1 of them. So 1 out of 4 is not bad. And then basically the same thing, but more. And we've got spiders lurking around here. So I'm going to go boing. Boing. Why'd they turn off? Apparently they do turn off occasionally. Summon my guy to the other side so he doesn't run through like an idiot. There's apparently a named one popped up. Oh, there. I don't like spiders. I really don't like transparent spiders that you can see their organs and shit. Ugh. Ugh. No bueno. Alright. Big open room, lots of spider webs. We're gonna fight more spiders. How the spiders are successfully guarding the door to the Thieves Guild, I don't understand. I don't think spiders really react to gold. Best I can think of is that the thieves know the spiders are here and put their doorbell over here on purpose because they can sneak past the spiders and they can sneak around the traps. Maybe. So this is what opens the door so we can actually... Now we can get in to fight the thieves. We still need... Oh, this is a different color. This activated after I ran through. So, if you're playing Hardcore League, you know what you do here? You recall. Don't run through the traps twice. Recall. Walk back in the quest. You don't care that you got a penalty to your XP. Apparently I was too close to one of them. I think that was from the spider fight. Anyway, boing. Boing. We have to jump past all the traps going the other way now. That was a little sloppy, but we apparently still made it. Boing. Oh. Super sloppy. But we're on normal mode, so we're not dead. Alright. We're back to where we started. Now we're going to kill the thieves. I believe if you basically rang the doorbell to turn off the first set of traps, there's just going to be more bad guys. Oh, that's one of our first sonic traps. That's what that looks like. Again, you can skip a lot of traps by just being faster than the trap can activate. Okay. Very dangerous room. Not for me, because I'm on normal mode. But in general, there's a group of mercenaries right here. It's like an evil adventuring party. They have spellcasters. And they have the height advantage. So you have to run up those stairs. You're going to get blocked by their fighters before you can get to their mages. There's also a bunch of guys standing on high platforms all around here, raining shit down on you while you run the platforms to try to get up to them. We're going to top off our health for sure. Activate Divine Might. And we're going to get in here, try to cleave through these guys quickly so their spellcasters don't get us. Oh, I even got stunned. There we go. Okay. I even got stunned. Open chest. Hello? Is there something wrong with this chest? Weird. So if you would have gotten stunned and not killed anybody yet, ooh, that's a big beating. But we have a reasonable armor class. They give you this defense chance at level, which is only if you're playing normal mode. So if I was in a level 4 quest right now, my armor's good enough for 48% chance to not get hit. Not terrible. Super terrible, because that's going to go down sharply on hard and elite. But we're on normal mode. Hey, I actually saw that guy. Oof. Keep in mind, all of these guys are thieves, rogues. They all have sneak attack. So their regular hits are only doing like 1 damage, but then they do like 2d6 sneak attack damage or something like that. You can take a lot of damage really quick. So we're stopping every couple bits to make sure that we don't have a whole bunch of invisible guys following us. We're starting to get hit by the archers up there. So you can see them missing my armor class. We're going to stop behind this pillar right here. By stopping behind the pillar, that's 2 things. 1, I can tell the hireling to stay here where he won't get plinked to death. And 2, any of their melee guys that I may not have killed up to this point will run over here and we can kill them without being shot by their archers. Now I will break cover and make a run, swinging my sword the whole time to fish for invisible guys. So now we can work our way through the archers. I forgot to hold down my button or I would have got that guy. Don't fall down, it's a long walk back up. And just making sure I'm clearing any potential invisible guys. Alright, I think we got them all. Opening that lever, or hitting that lever opens that door. I believe there's a couple casters right on the other side of the door. So I'm going to leave the hireling here. I'm going to run over here to be ready to go through the door. And I'm going to tell him to use the lever valve. Alright, I was pretty sure there was something here. Ah, killed an invisible guy on accident. Huzzah! The first shrine of the quest. And I believe the only one? There might be like one other one near the end. Oh, don't stand in the traps. If I take another millimeter step forward, that gate's going to open and dogs are going to run out. Whoosh. Remember, dogs don't look threatening until one of them trips you and the rest of them dogpile you, and then you die. The thing you really have to watch out for in these last couple rooms, they all kind of connect to each other, so you can accidentally call every single bad guy left all into one fight. Most importantly, the Quickfoot casters can cast Sleet Storm. Which basically blinds you and holds you in place so all of their friends can beat the crap out of you and you can't fight back. So we're gonna get those guys in the yellow robes first, and then swing everybody else down. We're not going to open any doors until we are sure that we've taken out everybody in these hallways. We're going to go back this way again, and even though I don't think... Oh, see, there was some guys here. Just making sure so we don't get blindsided by some guys later. Especially on higher difficulties where they start throwing that sleet storm way earlier. I think they might have even... I have a vague memory of them saying they took Sleet Storm off of their spell list on normal mode. Just because it was such a killer early on. I've lost a lot of characters. Well, I mean... I wasn't on hardcore, but oof. They landed hypnotism and I couldn't move for a couple seconds there. Could be bad if you're surrounded by dudes. Double casters. Too stupid to cast spells instead of attack. Alright, last couple guys are right in here. Alright. Lots of points in that quest to accidentally die. I'm going to say that a lot in some of these quests, and it's going to look like I did stuff really easy, because I'm on normal mode. And I'm on a defensive character. I'm not even on the most defensive character. I could be a sword and shield style guy. I could be actually taking defensive abilities, but I'm reasonably defensive, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm on normal mode. If you're playing on a higher difficulty, I might have died in there when I got that hypnotism, or when I got that stun, or when I stepped on one trap. Those are all potential death points if you are playing on the highest difficulties. You know, take 5 damage here, 5 damage there, you're not paying attention, you're at half health going into a fight because you didn't care. Boom, dead. This guy says he doesn't give you a reward because his badge is all dinged up and he's mad, but you still get a reward. Otherwise, there'd be one less guard in Storm Reach. None of this is any good. And we're just going to walk 2 steps and sell it. Repair all. Sell, 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 sell. Well, we even have his brooch still. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. When did I pick that up? Well, there we go. I'm going to point this out. 1, the ruined signet brooch is a trinket. It's the rarest item type in the game. Like, not, oh god, rare. Just, you don't see it that often. So, it's only a +1 to our heal skill. It doesn't do a lot. But it was an empty slot. This is a Wand of Cure Light Wounds. It's basically, because we're a paladin, we count as a divine type. So we can use it, even without use magic device. It's a 36 use Cure Light Wounds potion that takes up 1 inventory slot. We can use that on ourselves, on our hireling. You can use it on somebody who's like been knocked down and they're about to die. I'm gonna actually put this on my bar right here, so that I can whip that out, target somebody, and use the wand in case of emergency. I'm never going to actually use it, but it's there just on the off chance that like the hireling goes to -1 and I'm like, oh god, boop, back. So that was all the loose level 3 quests. All of the original stuff, we shall say. Next time, we're going to go out into another wilderness adventure area, which I'm idly running towards right now, back in the harbor. The marketplace has more stuff to do, but it's all like level 4 and up, and we're trying to go in order. If we were going out of order, we'd be a long way from here already. Anyway, next time we go to the Cerulean Hills. Hope to see you then.